teenager who was victimized by bullies, was assaulted, has taken her own life. Our reporter Zikhona Tshona following the story. She joins us live now from the village in Limpopo, and she has a guest with her. Zikhona, good afternoon to you. It's a terrible story. It's been playing out, unfortunately, in some ways on social media. What's the latest?
We just spoke to the uncle of Lufuno, Kenneth Mabunga, a short while ago, Stephen, detailing the moments when she came home from school and realized that that video is trending on social media, saying when she came home from school, she told her parents what happened. They tried to comfort her. Then she reached out to her brother, who was in Pretoria, to say this was what transpired at school. The brother then called the school to say, my sister is not well because of what happened, and thereafter her parents found her collapsed in her room. Her mother very devastated. She's sitting inside the house. We've been told by the uncle that she's usually someone that takes medication when she's stressed or in panic for anxiety, and this is something that has made her now rely on that. The father also coming in saying that he's deeply hurt by what happened, and they as the family want answers. The uncle rather also stating that they are comforted in knowing that they as the family are not going through this tragedy alone. They've seen South Africa rallying behind them and calling for justice in as far as what has happened. I do know that the Department of Social Development in the province is one that is supporting both at the school as well as the family. MEC, what has happened, tragic. How are you supporting the family? Let's start with the family.
Look, we are so hurt from the provincial government. Of course, we are supporting the family since we've received the news. We have sent a team of social workers straight to the family to make sure that they provide psychosocial support, and the team will be going to school to make sure that, because remember, she had friends, she had teachers and those classmates, those that may need counseling. So we are helping, and will continue to be with the family until even post the funeral, because we must make sure that indeed, especially the mother, that needs support, and we'll make sure that we continue to provide that support. So we'll be here with the family until.
And at the school, what have you heard from the school?
Look, we haven't heard much from the school. We're still relying on the report that they've presented to the family. I think perhaps what we might need to do is to allow the police, together with the school, to compile a report that will be able to assist us in terms of guidance as to what then needs to be done. Because with this that happened here, we must set an example. This must not happen again. We must never do another phone due to bullying. It's something that we need to work together with everybody, parents, in making sure that this is combated in all the schools, because we cannot afford to lose children like this.
What is the work that you do in schools in terms of making sure that children do receive the support that they need? Because many of them may come from very hard circumstances.
The reality of the matter is that we do have social workers both in the school, those that are appointed by the Department of Education. We do have social workers as well in clinics, in traditional offices, and in the hospitals, in the police stations. Yes, social workers are not enough, but the little that are there, I think they are trying their best to provide support. But the reality of the matter is that social ills are getting out of control, which means the more the social workers, the more we'll be able to win this battle.
This is not the first incident coming from the school. We've seen another video making the rounds. How many social workers are at that specific school?
Look, we might not have, because the reality of the matter is that social workers are not only dealing with schools. We've got a number of issues. We've got gender-based violence that are happening in different families. So we do have social workers, but I must say they are not enough. We still have a shortage in the province, the entire province, because this is not only happening here in Vembe. It's happening in Skukune, it's happening in Mopani, it's happening in Otape. You remember just a month ago, we buried a young girl, the only child in Mokopane, that was killed by the boyfriend. So that tells you that we still have a lot to do as government, and together with the civil society, to work together to make sure that we're going to deal with demon.
Thank you very much. That's the MEC of Social Development in Limpopo, Karaleng Rahuale, who says that they still have a lot of work to do in terms of supporting people, especially given the social ills that many are going through in this country, saying that they know that with this family in particular, the mother needs much support, given that she has taken the passing of Lufuno terribly hard. We've seen her just a short while ago, as I've mentioned, Stephen, unable to speak, just unable to put her emotions into words. And you can understand, your child is just 15, a last born, we are told, someone who was receiving attention from all her siblings as well as her parents. They adored her, they tell me, and that they say that she was a talented young girl who had a bright future ahead of her. She was attending one of the top performing schools in this province, which is why they chose the school that they did, because they wanted her to perform well academically so that she can go somewhere where she'll be able to make her dreams come true. But now that tragic life, that life has been tragically cut short in another situation what we should never see in this country.
Zikhona, just the most heartbreaking story in a way. The nation is sort of with the family, and yet we know, unfortunately, that this kind of thing can happen in our schools as well. Zikhona, live from the village of Tshirenzheni, thank you very much indeed. Well.